Based on ONVIF's observations over the past few years, what has been the biggest change AI has brought to the video surveillance industry?
It's a very interesting and very important question for the industry in general, and I think AI as a technology has probably up until now had one of the biggest impacts on the industry, how it evolves. Historically, if you look at surveillance industry, it's been about detecting an incident, recording that, analyzing what happened, investigating, and in some cases that recording or that video could help to prevent crime or incidents. Now with AI, and especially with wider adoption of AI technologies in cameras and other sensors, we see that the industry going from a reactive approach to happening to a more proactive approach. And AI as a technology helps our industry to generate more data, showing what really happens in the field of view of the camera, and analyze it to much larger scale in order to understand what happened, but ultimately to prevent bad things from happening, because we all know that the best crime is the one that never happened. And AI is having a tremendous impact on the whole industry, not only on the camera manufacturers, who now widely adopting hardware that allow to accelerate AI models, but also to different stakeholders that try to analyze this data generated by the cameras, for instance, video management systems, and also that allows other players to come into our industry, consume that data, and offer value to the customers. I think it's becoming a mature technology, but we still haven't seen the peak of it. I think we're still in a lot of hype mode about that. But as we see now, the industry widely adopting AI as a technology, and I think it's generating a lot of value for all the stakeholders in our industry.
Okay, thank you for the opinion in depth. So we'll go on to the second question. So what practical integration challenges can ONVIF Profile M help solve?
ONVIF Profile M is only the first more dedicated attempt to standardize metadata and events generated by products connecting to the surveillance system. And one example that we could probably elevate, like not even connected to the security or safety aspect of the system, is probably where a camera can detect and count number of people in the room or in the venue, and transmit this data in Profile M format, so to say, to HVAC system that can analyze that and adapt the temperature or ventilation in this room based on the number of people. So Profile M helps to standardize data and format for metadata and events generated by cameras or by other devices or sensors in field, and transmit that to the receiving system. There are many different applications that can be developed with the Profile M in mind, and a lot of them are surveillance cases where we can monitor license plates for the cars passing by, or detect human or other objects. And I would like to underline that Profile M as a ONVIF profile does not limit the use of it just for safety and security application, but also can provide valuable data for operational efficiency applications or optimization of the processes. So it's quite interesting to see that in number of conformant products, Profile M is probably the fastest growing profile of all ONVIF profiles since it starts. So it underlines the importance of standardizing metadata and events for our industry. And it's been great to see a lot of interesting applications on the market that using this profile.
Okay, yeah, that's true. So standardizing metadata is definitely the key to unlock true cross-brand AI integration. And thank you for sharing. And so the third question, could you explain the media signing mechanism proposed by ONVIF?
Yes, that's another very interesting topic that we are working on. And actually, when we was talking in different events over the last couple of years, media signing as a concept is probably one of the topic that grabs a lot of attention, or maybe the most of the attention in the audience when talking publicly. And it's actually connected a little bit to the previous two questions about AI. So AI for us is something that generates data, but it also provides a very powerful tools to altering the data. And today it's almost impossible with the naked eye to verify whether the video you see on your screen is authentic or it's been generated or altered by AI tools. And those tools are widely available at no cost. So with the surveillance industry, we're facing a challenge where the content that generated by security camera is not really possible to trust anymore, because it's you cannot really guarantee that it's haven't been tampered with. So if, for instance, you have a video evidence in the court of law, that could be questioned based on the authenticity of the video. Now, what ONVIF proposing is to sign the video right at the very beginning of the processing chain, so actually that sensor. The technology for signing is based on the unique hardware signature of each device, so you can at any given point in time track back the video content to the actual camera that has been recorded with. You know exactly what serial number it is. You know exactly the timestamp where it was recorded. You know exactly what manufacturer and model that is. So you can you as a viewer of the video have all the means necessary to ensure that the video watching is authentic, and you know where it was generated. If anywhere between the actual sensor and the viewing, video is somehow edited or tempered or modified by any tools, including AI, that signature is destroyed, and it will basically show you that no, that video have been altered somehow. So what ONVIF proposing, not only the information how this process is done, but we also provide an open source project in our GitHub repository for implementation of the signing, but also for validation. So the reason for us to offer that as an open source project is to improve the adoption and help manufacturers and system developers to adopt this functionality for protecting integrity of the video. We believe that that's absolutely important and crucial for our industry to keep video as a trusted source of evidence. So we're now finalizing the specifications and conformance testing for this functionality. So I really hope that it will be available on the market very shortly and it will be adopted widely across the industry.
Yeah, so really nowadays it's really honestly hard to tell what's real and what's AI generated. So that's why ONVIF's work is so essential, and thank you for sharing, ensuring the whole chain of custody through digital signatures. That is really vital for video integrity today. So move on to the next question. Does ONVIF have any next steps or future plans related to AI standards that you are able to share?
Absolutely. And again, I mean, if we look at ONVIF as an organization, we're totally member driven. That means that not only the work is done by the members of the organization, but also the future steps are defined by the members. And AI is not an exception. When you look out in the industry and you try to hear what are the trends, what are the topic most talked about, AI will still be one of those topics that is of great interest for industry peers, and that means that our members bring this technology as a need for standardization within ONVIF. So that resulted a foundation of AI working group within ONVIF. So we have established an AI working group, and I think if you are a member, or if you are a player in this industry and you believe in standardization and you believe that AI is an important topic for the industry, you're more than welcome to join us in this work. So the AI group is established. They are now discussing and trying to agree on the use cases to solve, technologies to use, and how that can be specified and standardized within ONVIF. I think it's very important work, and the ambition is to ensure that ONVIF is AI ready and can work both with systems based on AI that can analyze the data generated by our products, but also we have capabilities to generate this data in a way that agents can understand, for instance, just as an example. So the work is ongoing, and we're definitely looking forward for this group to continue their efforts and see the future specifications being developed.
Okay, yeah, thank you for sharing, and it's really glad to learn about ONVIF's ambition, and also we really hope to see like the whole expansion of AI standards that will provide like flexibility for system integrators and the whole industry. So going on to the next question, and which is our last question, could you also share some thoughts on ONVIF's collaboration with C2PA?
Absolutely. So C2PA is an organization that's having a very similar objective to what we have regarding media authenticity. So there is some differences between the organization and their intended use case and what is important. For C2PA, the provenance of the content is very important to track throughout the life cycle of the content. And for ONVIF, it's more about authenticity. So I think the collaboration between two organizations is very important for increasing the awareness. So we, both of us are actually educating the market about the importance of securing trust in the content. And two organizations are looking at that from different angles, but ultimately both are benefiting the market by providing, ensuring the trust in the recorded video and recorded content.
Yeah, so we all believe that collaborating with C2PA is really a powerful step toward fighting disinformation and deepfakes, insecurity, and everything that challenges that you mentioned that we all facing.